Your workout sucks. But why does it suck? Well, the hard part is that it might not just be the workout in and of itself. It could be sleep, it could be nutrition, it could be even stress levels. Why your workout sucked? 1, your sleep might be way off. The first thing that you want to realize is that you need 8 hours of sleep, and that's minimal. When I was hitting my big lifts in my career, squatting world records, bench pressing 600 pounds plus, I was going to bed at 9 p.m. 1. 2, I was getting up around 6, and then I was taking a nap in the afternoon. What's the point? The point is that sleep is crucial. But the next thing is that you have to be in bed early. You have to go to bed early enough. And why is that? The reason is you get the most impactive IGF or insulin growth factor spike at 1 a.m., which means that is the time which you need to be in REM sleep for all the hormones to actually come out and do their repair work. If you're not in deep enough sleep at 1 a.m., you can miss this window, and many people do. This is why a lot of people that work third shift are very, very tired and tend to get sick very easy. C, the darkness of your room when you sleep is crucial. No lights, no flashing lights from TVs or radios or phones. The big trick is that darkness is key for the brain and the body to shut down. So you want your blinds dark, you want your room dark, you want your TV lights and all those things off completely. The next big thing is Wi-Fi. You want to make sure your phone is turned off when you sleep and that your Wi-Fi is actually off in your house. There has been studies overseas showing that Wi-Fi actually disturbs brain function while asleep, which means this could be the reason why you're not recovering and why you suck in the gym. Another big factor of why your workouts may suck is nutrition, okay? There's been studies that have shown that 4 out of 5 people are magnesium deficient. What does that mean? 1 out of every 4 or 5 people has a magnesium deficiency. Well, what's magnesium? Magnesium is actually a recovery tool that actually shuts the brain down and lets the muscle relax. If I were to go have you do a bunch of bicep curls and then make you keep them tense for the next 4 to 5 hours, the muscle would never heal. That's kind of what happens at the microscopic level if you don't have a good amount of magnesium. The muscle never really gets to just and breathe and relax. Same holds true with the brain. So if your magnesium levels are low, your brain is going to have a hard time shutting off and your muscles are going to have a hard time shutting off. The next thing is why your workout may suck is because your salt and your hydration may be off. What does that mean? That means that you need a pretty good amount of salt in your diet, especially if you eat very clean. If you eat clean, you actually have to increase the amount of salt that goes into your diet. If you are low on salt and low in hydration, the muscles will not act correctly, especially if you're looking for power type events, okay? Now, when you're depleted and you're trying to get ready for a bodybuilding show, your salt and your hydration levels may be off anyway because you're cutting. But in reality, if you're looking to be a power lifter or you want to be very, very strong, your salt content, your electrolytes, and your water must be at high levels and very good. The next thing is you need a pre-carbohydrate before you train, especially if you need power and explosiveness. The body loves to use carbohydrates for energy. When I was at my biggest, we would have a decent amount, up to 150 grams of carbs before we worked out pre-power events. You can't really be super powerful on ultra low carb. It's almost next to impossible. The next thing is you need segmented protein. So I don't know how many of you guys go to the gym and you think when you get done working out that you need a huge protein shake. In reality, your protein should be in small dosages throughout the entire day, meaning you really can't absorb more than 25 to 35 grams at a time. So if you're trying to fit in a 75-gram protein shake after a workout, it's not really beneficial for putting on muscle. You want protein every 2 to 3 hours so that the body can actually use what you're putting in the system. Your workout may also suck because of your programming design. There are a lot of bad, upwards of horrible workouts that are placed on the internet everywhere. What you have to remember is that no workout is bad. It's just, are you ready to do that workout? And these factors tend to be making you not progress. One of them is what you see all the time, too much intensity. I get people ask me all the time, Matt, why isn't my bench moving? And I ask them, well, what'd you do last week? Well, I maxed, I got 315. Well, what'd you do the week before that? Well, I tried 315 again and I barely got it. What'd you do the week before that? Well, see, the point is they max every week. You can't really do that unless the exercises are vastly different. but you would be surprised if you go to an average gym, people are using the same exercise over and over every week and then wondering why they're not getting any better. The thing of it is that I like to use this analogy. If you want to be a smart man does not have one book. A smart man has a library. Same holds true for your exercises. You have to have a vast library of exercises to select from, or you're going to have a major problem installing in either your education or your strength. Next is too little of conditioning. When you get super strong, those exercises and workouts can be immensely taxing. If your conditioning is not high enough to recover from those things, you're going to have a huge problem in trying to recover from workout to workout. So what I find at any level is that people have not developed the conditioning base in order to withstand high intensity exercising, especially when it becomes too many sessions. And that leads us into the third problem. You find that some people, when they want to get stronger, you ask them, how many times a week do you work out? And they say, I work out every day. Interestingly enough, I broke 4 world records training only 4 days a week. Why? Because it's not how much you can do, it's how much you can recover from. We hope that your workouts don't suck, but just in case they do, maybe check into these 3 areas: recovery, nutrition, programming. All of these things are going to be viable tools in your success as you get better and where you are at now. So if you have any other questions on those things, ask below, share around, and we'll see you next time.